Good afternoon. How are you? Barnabas here. I hope you're enjoying your Christmas holidays. It's the 27th here. It's still holiday because Christmas and Boxing Day fell on the weekend. So we still have one more day to rest. I hope you had a wonderful day. It's really, really hot here. The summer is starting and it's at its worst today. It's I think towards 40 degrees, so it's very hot. It's very hot, so it's really nice to have a shelter and just chill. Now, today I want to begin a series on the jobs that I've done so far till where I am, and with an objective of just showing you some examples of jobs that you can do as you work through your way to doing your dream job, to doing your what you're trained to do. So this is what I want to do starting today, and what a better way to do it than explaining your own experience. So I'm going to explain my own experience first, starting with my job, my first job, the kind of job that I did when I landed here in Australia, my first job. Now, you might have known already that when we moved from Kenya to Australia, we landed in a regional town called Townsville. That was our first town to settle in, and after 3 weeks, we we moved to our own house after we were hosted by a friend for 3 weeks, and after that we moved to our own house. And with the little savings that we had, we bought stuff like the fridge, washing machine, TV, furniture, and the most important thing that time was to buy a car because I would need it to move from one shift to another. So I bought a car, a second-hand car, and then we settled. So I started applying for jobs on Seek. So I started applying for accounting jobs on Seek. So I applied for jobs first 1 week, second week, just doing applications. Once in a while, dropping them in the office, making calls, and all this stuff. The second week went, we didn't get anything. The third week, hey, and that time you already paid a 3 weeks 3 weeks rent for your bond. Before you move in, you pay 3 weeks of your rent as a bond, as a deposit, and you also pay rent every week. So with a little savings, it's now running out because you pay every week's rent, you pay food, and you pay bills, and we're starting to get worried because where are we going to get a job? We're not getting it. So luckily, a friend of mine came over one evening and just told me frankly, Barnabas, you know what? You might want to stop applying for accounting jobs for now and look for some work, just any kind of work to start you off. And so you pay bills, and then once you settle down after a while, you will get into accounting someday. It might not come the first month, second month, or a few months, but you will finally get accounting job. So I took it positively. I'm a very open-minded person, so I took it positively, and I started looking for anything. When your shift and your mindset changes, you open and you look for things where you didn't focus before. So one day, when we went shopping with my family, one day I saw a guy that looked like from Africa pushing a train of trolleys. And after shopping, I just went to him and they said, "Hi, how are you doing? I'm from Kenya. And how do you get this job? How do you find this kind of jobs?" So first of all, he laughed and he said, "Are you telling me that you're ready to do this kind of job? Are you going to be able to do this kind of job?" I said, "Yes, yes." My upbringing, I grew up in the countryside, and I did all kinds of jobs. In the farm, I did all kinds of manual hard jobs. So this one was nothing to me. So I said, my friend, you tell me how I can get this job. So he gave me a number, and I called this number, and this guy tells me immediately, come to this point, let's meet, and let's see what you can we can give you. So I dropped my shopping and my family back home, and quickly drove to this place and met this guy. And immediately he handed me a reflector shirt, and it went around with me and explained how this job is done. So this job, these guys are called trolley guys, and what they do is uh, in the shopping mall and around the shopping parking areas, people after shopping with trolleys, they take their shopping to the car and they just leave the trolleys wherever they have parked. You know, some of them very far from the shopping malls. So your work is to go around collecting them, putting them in a train and driving them back, pushing them back to the shopping point or the shopping store like Woolworths or Coles or you know. So that was my first job. So the first day was really tiresome. Mark you, it was in the middle of summer, so it was extremely hot. It was extremely hot. So you go outside picking the trolleys in a line, put them a long line, about 12 trolleys, push them in, you're back. Man, it was physical. It was really, really physical. And yeah, that was really something. But I was relieved because after 3 weeks now, I got some money coming every week, and that was good. That was really good. That was really important because we were running out of money at that point. So, what are the advantages of this kind of job? Number one, let's start with the advantages. One, it was long hours of work, so like 14 hours or 12 hours, and regular. They open the shops every day, so you'd work every single day, except once in a while, maybe on a Sunday, you would ask for permission to be replaced. So it was regular, so money hitting your account every week. That was something that was good. Also, you will take breaks. You know, after filling the trolley bay, you could take a regular break, sit down, have a drink, call, home, check on your people. So it was, yes, it was physical, but you had regular breaks. After, I would rush outside, pick every trolley, make sure the place is packed. If the shop is not very busy, then you would sit down and relax. Another thing that was positive was it was easy. I didn't need any, a lot of paperwork. It was easy to get. That job was easy to get. You just talked to this guy and I was employed. That was the easiest job I've ever got. And also, once when you do your job, when you make sure the trolley bay is full of trolleys and they're not running out of it, no one is looking after you to tell you what to do or anything. It was self-managed, so it was easy. It was easy. Nothing. You don't use your brain. You just physical, and that was it. There was nothing really much to think about. But it had also a few disadvantages. Number one, and probably the most important, was it is the least paid job I've ever done. It was the least paid job I've ever done. I think we were being paid about $17 an hour. $17 an hour. That was the least. I think even students get paid more than that. But because it's like a contract job, so there are people who got the contract to be to be doing that service, and the subcontract, they just let other boys do it and they get commission. So they just send the money in our bank account. I didn't bother about any other thing. So that was the least paid job I've ever done in Australia. Number two, it was physical. Man, you do job from 9 o'clock to around 8 o'clock. On Thursdays and Fridays, I think they closed at 11 o'clock, long hours. So it was physical, and during summer was hot. So you would feel your back and you would be exhausted. At the end of the day, when you go home and have a shower, if you don't really sit down quickly and have something to eat, you just sleep wherever you have sat, So it was really, really physical and exhausting. Another thing was long hours. You'd work 12, 14 hours a day, every single day. Long hours of work. So it needs a lot of endurance. It needs a lot of mind. Mark you, back in Seychelles, I was doing a good job. I was really doing a good job. And then here I come and start something, absolutely no using mind, no brain, using brain, just physical, It needed a lot of endurance and patience to be able to do this kind of job. So yes, so that's trolley guys. That was my first job, and luckily I didn't do it for too long. I did it for just under a month, and I got another job. So I didn't really stay in that job for a long time, but that was a good job. I appreciate having that job because at that point I just needed some money coming regularly into my bank account. Okay. My advice to you, whoever is planning to travel to Australia, to settle down in Australia as a student or as a skilled worker, is have an open mind. Really have an open mind. If you know you have a closed mind and in your mind you just think, when you come here as a professional, you just go straight and start your professional job. If you have that closed mind, please stay wherever you are. Tafadhali, kaa pahali uko. Because you might come here and I'm not saying that you might not get your dream job straight away. You might be lucky to come straight away, and within few weeks or a month, you've gotten your dream job. There are people I know who did that, but they're few. Okay, so just to make sure you're covered, have an open mind. Be ready to do some dirty jobs, before you finally settle in your dream job. But if you have a closed mind, if you have an attitude towards some jobs, if you're comfortable wherever you are, I would rather you stay wherever you are. Okay? Because you might not get that kind of job you're dreaming of immediately. You might need to go through a long way of doing some other jobs while you're working towards getting your dream job. Okay, that's all I had for you today. Our next one will be other jobs that I've also experienced or my friends have experienced, and I will be taking you through that in our next video. Thank you very much. Until next time, this is Barnabas, the son of encouragement. Bye-bye.